morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about triangles, continuing our geometry theme. So I want you to think right now, go back in your mind and think about beautiful structures that you really like. Bridges, homes, just big buildings that look beautiful and big. And notice that triangles are used a lot when people build bridges and certain structures. And the reason for that is that the three fixed length of the sides of the triangle, when joined, can form no other shape. So when push, triangles don't bend or buckle. Now there are two things we're going to be talking about triangles, but first, I don't know if you can look at my board. I'm going to move the camera so you can see it. See right there? Okay, I have a board here. Put this down a little bit. And I have a question for you. We're going to be talking about how you can classify and draw triangles using their properties. But I don't know if you can see the question. It says, Julio keeps his class photo in this picture frame right here. See that? It's a triangle. Now, the answer. A, is it a quadrilateral? B, it has three sides and three acute triangles. C, it has three obtuse triangles. Or D, it has three right angles. Which one do you think is going to be the answer to that? And we'll come back to that too a little bit later on. Now, some of the vocabulary words for today are going to be equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, right angle, obtuse angle, and acute angle. And you'll see us talking about that in a minute. But in the meantime, let's look at our essential question for today. And that is, how can you classify triangles? Okay, and there's going to be two ways to do that, okay? Now, if you look closely, and this is so small, it's actually too hard to see. I wish we could make it a little bigger. But if you look closely at the Epcot Center Spaceship Earth building in Orlando, you may see a pattern of triangles. Now, can I make it bigger for you? Yes. You see the pattern? I don't know. The pattern shows something that all the sides are the same and the angles are acute angles. And what does all that mean? I'll explain that to you in a minute, okay? So I'm gonna try to use this board, and I don't know if I can, to show you. I'll move that out of the way. So there's going to be two separations for our triangles. You're going to, three actually, sorry. You are going to have by sides, we're going to separate them by sides. How many, the length of their sides. Of course, triangles have three sides. And the size of their angles, okay? So when you separate, so we're going to have sides, the sides of the triangle, and their angles, okay? So when we're talking about the sides of the triangle, we are talking about scalene triangles, isosceles triangles, and equilateral triangles. Okay? Now, the scalene, let's do it from the bottom up. The equilateral triangles, all the sides are the same. For the isosceles triangle, two of the three sides are congruent. I should use the word congruent, meaning they're the same. And scalene have three sides that are zero of them are congruent. They're not the same, okay? So scalene 0 sides are congruent. Isosceles, 2 sides are congruent at least. And equilateral, all the sides, the 3 sides are congruent. Now, when we're talking about a triangle, we're going to see angles, and then we're going to be talking about acute. We are going to be talking about right angles and obtuse angle. Probably have seen it already on your iReady. Now, whenever you see a triangle, I'm going to draw an L right here. You see that? When you have 2 straight lines, you have a right angle, okay? Whenever this line, if you move it and you put it here, you no longer have a 90-degree angle like you had before. You have a smaller angle. That's going to be acute. Now, if you were to move that line from here and put it here, now you have an angle that is bigger than 90 degrees, so it's called obtuse. And that's it. You just have to learn those 6 words and what do each one of them mean. Now, I want to put this in here for you to see if we can see. All right, let's look at the so the triangles by the length and the side, nope. If you can see here, it's an equilateral triangle because each side is the same. Can you see that? 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches right here. That's equilateral, okay? See the little tick marks showing that they're the same. Now for the isosceles triangle, like I just told you, you have 2 congruent sides. This one and that one are the same, and this one's not. And then for their scalene triangle, none of the sides are the same, okay? So then we're going to classify by angles right here. Classify by angles. The right angle, this one's right, see it's a 90-degree angle right there. An acute triangle has 3 acute angles, each one is less than 90 degrees. You see that? This is 30, 75, 75. They're smaller than 90 degrees, so that's acute. And then for this one, an obtuse angle, there's at least one that's larger than 90 degrees. And this one here is 130, okay? So that makes it obtuse. Did you memorize those 6 words already? All right, I'm going to say them again. Scalene, isosceles, equilateral, and then here for the angles, right, acute, and obtuse. Okay, that's the 6 words. Once you memorize and understand what each one of them mean, you will definitely be able to do your work just fine.